Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Jay at Auto Transport Intel here. It is Thursday. It is noon Central Time. That means it's time for Dispatching Live, where we look at the load boards. We're looking for loads. We are providing load board search advice. Yes, in the logo, I've got a dart. This is the dart of knowledge that we throw at the dartboard, load board. We never know what we're going to get. Even, you've seen, if you've watched this show before, you know that I'll shake the dice. I'll shake them up. We'll see what we can get. But before we do that, and I want you to do this, do me a favor. Jump in the live chat. Put in, if you've got a route search that you want help looking at, you can put that in the live chat. We want to know your company name, trailer, and then pick up and delivery, where you're looking for, what route you're looking for. You can hear Sue in the background there. And also do me a favor. I don't have a giant marketing budget. And so do me a favor. You see the share button on your screen? You can click share and click copy. You can copy that link, text it, email it, share it on social media. Tap your best friend and say, you know what? This is the show where they give live advice. It's really helpful. And do me a favor, throw up a like. Really helps out. So do that for me, and then let's go ahead. Oh, and you know this? Did you know this? You can go to autotransportintel.com. You can sign up as an ATI insider, and that will keep you in the loop. You can talk to Ty. You can get the email. Everybody needs another email, right? Sign up link is in the live chat. All right, let's go live with Sue. Sue, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can, Jay. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty hyped, I guess.
Okay.
One could argue. Yeah, all right. You said something. How? Let's do it. Let's check in. Great, we're 2 minutes in. What's going on Central Dispatch?
Oh God. Well, the usual crap.
Uh oh.
Um, we're still, I mean, we're gonna be in slow season here until after the first of the year, so we might as well just, I guess, deal with it and
Yep.
put on our big girl panties and go for it. So, um,
Is
we
it
don't have a choice.
is it the same as last week? Is it lower? What is it?
We're down to 26,539, so it's gonna be about the same what we're dealing with.
Okay.
It's just that like there's loads on here. It's just that
Okay.
there's not loads to make packs with, to go in the same
Oh
direction
yeah.
without going all over the place, and you know how
Oh.
that goes.
Oh man.
Or
So
we're sending people out of route to go get something because it's paying so well, but just keep them moving too, that kind of thing.
right.
So it's that time of the year. That's all you can say.
I
I
mean,
wish it wasn't.
if there's any good news, it's that at least the weather's decent, right?
Yeah,
Because
it is. It has
wait
been
until the
actually.
weather sucks and the loads
Yeah,
suck, right?
yeah.
That's the
That's
perfect
gonna be the
combination.
kicker right there. Yeah, because
Uh,
I sent a guy up to Salt Lake and back down to Texas, and the weather's been actually in the 70s, so it's kind of crazy because he's
really?
going all through that area and there's no snow, no ice, no nothing right now. So
Sure. Yeah. No,
been
that's
nice.
good. Yeah, take it while you can, because I'm sure that'll change by the end of the month. Let's jump into the live chat. Let's see. Rob Harris got in here first. Check the tires and the signals. Have a great season. 2020 is now in the rear view. Yeah. What's interesting is 2020. I mean, it's rapidly approaching the rear view, but I think 2020 is going to squeeze out a couple more surprises before it's all over. So thank you for that, Rob. I appreciate it. Chance Iron says hello. Carlos Braxton, ACB. Craig
Hey,
Hinshaw,
everybody.
hello. Glenn Farrow is here. He loves the show. Thanks, Glenn. That's super cool.
Oh,
Preston Huff
thanks.
gives thumbs up. Hey, we got Chance in here first. Chance is like, I think he was our first
Oh,
search
he's in
like
Atlanta now.
a few
Yeah,
times.
last time it was California.
That's what I was thinking. Atlanta to
Yeah, we
anywhere,
were in
five
California.
car. Thank you,
Okay.
Chance. That's how you put it in there.
Atlanta.
Thank you so much. So, yeah. Sue's going to start pulling that up. And because that is like, that's knee jerk reaction. When you're in the dispatch office, as soon as somebody says route, you just start plugging it in. You just start typing it in. So while
Yep.
she's pulling that
Yep.
up, Victory Lap Transport says hello. He's checking in. Fruits Duval is here. What's up, Fritz? Murphy Auto's in the live chat. Murphy Auto Transport. And Larry Richter says hello. Cool. Thanks, Larry. Thanks for saying hello, everybody. Do me a favor. Please do leave a like. And if you're so inclined, copy that link and send it to somebody. See what they think. I'd love to know. What do people think of this show? Somebody who's never heard of this show, what do they think?
So,
And yeah. All right. Back to you, Sue.
so as we all know, if you're looking out of any place, it's all going to Florida. So
Mm.
we're we're gonna kind of skip around. I put a minimum of 2 because I know he's a 5 car. Of course, everything that's coming up here is going to Florida. And I will say Atlanta's been tough. Everybody's place has been tough, but Atlanta's tough right now. Because I've got 2 drivers that live in Atlanta.
What's so hard
And we
about
always leave
Atlanta
out.
right now? What do you think? What's going on?
Just the
Just
loads. There's
competitive?
loads of just, yeah, and they've reduced the rates down to very little. Like we were doing loads from Atlanta going up to like Columbus, Cincinnati, Louisville, that kind of stuff, and we were getting paid 80 cents a mile. They're down to like 35, 50, if you're lucky, kind of thing. It's kind of sad. You know how this is. And here,
I do.
and that here's the thing. There's a lot of short runs that come out of Atlanta, and that's what we're looking at right here.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, these are good rates if you don't, if you're just
know, but
going,
it's
a little ways.
like
if you're wanting to run local, that's kind of local to me.
That's the problem. Is let's say you book it for pickup tomorrow. Well, they're empty tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of the times I will sell because I run out of Atlanta quite a bit. So most of the time, what we run out of Atlanta is like what I said: Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, St. Louis, Little Rock, and you've got Louisiana, and everybody knows there's another hurricane coming through Florida again. But it's supposed to only stay in Florida. It's not, it's not supposed to. It's actually supposed to be the Orlando area and that coast, right?
Okay.
I think that's what they said. Because I've got a driver in Florida right now, or heading to Orlando right now.
It's a hurricane in November.
Yeah, let's see. It's
but it's just coastal Florida stuff.
They said Orlando. It was going to go as far as Orlando.
Hurricane Sally. No, Hurricane Sally already happened, right?
Here, let's do this. Florida in the path. Here we go.
Florida in the path. Yeah, there we go. And it could become
Gulf Coast is what it's going to hit.
Tropical. So it's a tropical storm right now. Gulf Coast. Okay. Yeah.
So that's why they're saying Gulf Coast, Orlando, because it could be as high as that.
Also, there's $45.
Looks like it's going through the Keys and down is what it looked like right there. So it could get bad. It might not get bad. It is a weird time for them to be getting hit, but we've been having a weird time as we all know.
It's a maybe.
It looks like, it's a maybe. It looks like it's going to come in from the Keys and go along to the Tampa area, that kind of thing.
Did you see that Chance said he took a 5-car from San Jose to Atlanta? That's why he's going to end up in Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I don't think Chance is in. I don't think this thing will hit Chance.
No, I mean they'll probably get some of the rains and stuff like we all did from the last one. But here's a 2-pack going over to Baton Rouge, but they're 2 1500s.
And that's the thing is, probably not that. So it sounds like we probably want to send him west, right?
Yeah, you could do. I mean, you don't want to go south for sure. Nobody wants to go to Florida unless you absolutely have to. So I would say, Louisiana is going to be clear. Alabama, Arkansas, Dallas area. Doesn't look like there's a lot on here for 2-packs. Let's do this a little bit differently right here. Because I know there's a lot of loads out of Atlanta, but you don't want to just take whatever. But
he did say anywhere, so I'm guessing anything west or north or northwest.
Yes, because I believe he's out of California. Correct?
Yeah, I'd send him.
Chance was.
I'd want to go.
He usually asks for California.
I'd want to go west. I don't think I want to send him north.
Well, I mean, the weather's good either way.
Ohio or Michigan.
Yeah,
what about
Kentucky, Ohio? Look up Kentucky, Ohio. Let's put in some Louisiana.
Yeah.
See what comes up there. Let's put in some Texas.
That's what I was thinking.
Problem with Texas, it pays really crappy.
Yeah, Oklahoma maybe. Yeah. Arkansas.
Yep.
Kansas. Maybe a Colorado, maybe an Arizona. Might be interesting.
Yeah, I'll put that in there, but it's going to be crappy.
Uh-oh. Oh, optimism got the worst of me again. Dang it.
Is Arizona is going to pay like 30 cents a
Yeah,
mile,
chance
if
says
that.
west.
So we don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
West.
All right. So
Go
let's
west,
pull
young man. Okay, so you're shaking. You already put in your filters. You shaking them up?
Yep. Let's see. We
Come
got
on.
Got Cincinnati. There's a McAllen. Nobody wants to go there. There's a Dallas for 50 cents a mile.
Cincinnati,
Shocker.
Cincinnati.
$400. There's always stuff usually to Dallas and Houston on there. They just don't always pay that great.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been getting everybody out of Houston, believe it or not.
Really?
That's usually quite difficult.
Houston is
I
so
got a
crazy.
really good load out of Houston the other day. So
you never know what you're going to get with Houston.
No. Let's see. There's some stuff going over. Let's see. You're gonna have to go to Alabama to pick these up.
Oxford.
That's
why at Atlanta sometimes I'll do like that 50 miles because I don't want to see that 100-mile stuff.
Well, the only reason I keep it up is if you're going that direction and you're going to go through Alabama to go that way, and if it's paying well enough, you want to see.
Yeah, really good point.
Here's a Monroe, but you don't really want to do Monroe because Monroe is nowhere near New Orleans. It's the way top side. Wow, honestly, there's not a lot on here.
Don't drive backwards to pick up cars.
That's not bad. There's a Mercedes-Benz going in Oklahoma City. That's a trailer, so ignore that $1,100. That's an international. Ignore that. Eeks. There's 2 in-ops from Atlanta going to Dallas, which is too cheap. And 30331, I believe, is the Odessa.
Chance, when are you going to be empty?
Yeah. Please don't say Saturday.
Or Sunday. Sunday's the killer.
Yeah, because you're going to want to be...
There's first class.
You want to load yourself. First class. Wow, is that cheap? That's Stu and Lindy. Can someone call Christopher for me?
There's another... Right. Oh, Byron, Georgia. No.
Yeah, that's 5 stripes here. I'll send it to you.
Oh, 2 Honda Accords in Byron, Georgia? Yeah, but they're going to different cities. Okay. One Dallas, one weird. Houston. Yeah. I think it's just coincidence.
I wonder if Byron is I bet you that's a Copart or I. Maybe that's why. Hang on. I'm trying to find it for you.
So how's everybody doing out there? How's the searching going? What's it like being in the dispatch office right now? What are your feelings about what's coming up? In fact, Sue had a topic. Vacation. You wanted to talk about driver vacation. So while you're searching, what do you want to talk about there?
So, as a dispatcher, you have people that take vacations or they break down, and you need to know what because you depend on them as income. So you need to kind of look at it the same way as a driver does. You need to be holding so much back every week, like for your expenses, just like a driver puts away, percentage. You can't just live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And because all of them take vacations and all of them break down. And like, for example, the reason why I brought this up is one of my big producers, shall we say, one of my heavy hitter drivers that he usually makes so much money a week, took off for 2 weeks vacation. I mean, I deal with this on a regular basis, but if you were a small dispatcher and you only have 1 or 2 drivers and they take off for 2 weeks, how are you going to survive? Because you're not going to make any money. So same thing then, like I said, you got to put so much back away. You can't blow that weekly paycheck that you're used to getting. You need to be putting it away for your expenses, just like any business does. You're going to have slow times and heavy times. So when you make extra money, put that in an account so you can float through that period. Because then also, when you look at it this way, if he's off for 2 weeks and then he runs that week, that check doesn't come in until the following week. So you're really 3 weeks behind if you really look at it that way.
Yeah. How far in advance do you usually know about somebody's vacation? You find out that day?
I didn't know anything
that morning.
I found out that day last week, but
right.
But usually, I mean, that was a sprung on him because this is sad to say, but he had one of his best friends. His father is dying,
Mm.
and he had a $6,000 hunting trip, and he gave it to my driver right then and there.
Oh
So
man.
it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't like he meant to spring it on me. It just that's the way it
Wow.
happened. You
Wow.
know, so,
Wow,
but
that's a
most
wild
people
one.
would, know, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, that kind of thing, so
Mm-hmm.
that you are, have some heads up. But now it's the same concept though. If they break down and they're stuck for a week or they blew up their motor, it could sometimes be a month or two. Like the guy that got the water in his gas tank, he was off for 2 weeks, but then he went and rented a truck. I don't know if he's gotten it back yet, but he's still running because he knew he couldn't sit down for God knows how long either. And Rich's motor blew up. We were just talking about it. They finally told him his truck was fixed, and it's been there. I think we got it up almost 4 months. But he, in the meantime, also went and bought a big rig, that kind of thing. So he was still moving too. But you'll have periods sometimes where they're going to be down a week or two. So it's the same concept. You need to be putting so much away every week for those kind of things that might happen that you weren't expecting to happen,
Boy,
because you still have rent, you still have a car payment, you still have utilities. You
that's
can't
like,
just
well, and that's like the driver, right, that needs to save for the rainy day on when the truck
Mhm.
goes down. Very
Yep,
interesting concept.
right, right.
Hmm.
I mean, because I usually tell most of the drivers put away, I think, like 20% a week, 25% a week for
Yeah.
maintenance, for breakdown. So it'd be the same concept. I would put it at least that way. You know, if something like that happens, you've got a backup plan to pay your bills while they're doing whatever they're doing. And I've always said, like, when I've had 4 or 5 drivers per dispatcher, shall we say, I always say at least one of them is off that week. So you always have to figure, if you have 5 drivers, you really have 4, kind of thing. Because
Hmm.
there's always something that's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be weeks you're going to have everybody on the road. We do too. But say I have 15 drivers, usually I only have 12 running that week. So it's kind of got to go the averages of that and figure it that way.
Well, this a good segue into, because you were talking about how many drivers should a dispatcher have, right?
Right. Right. And honestly, when you're first starting out as a dispatcher and you're just learning this, I would not do more than 1 or 2 until you get the hang of it,
Right.
because it is such a multitasking thing that you're doing, and you have to keep track of everybody. And you're always talking to people on the phone, so you're like constantly doing stuff left and right. And in the beginning, it's hard to get the hang of that and to
Hmm.
keep an eye on your load board and watch the loads coming up and stuff like that. So for the first 6 months, I would not do more than 2. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but you also don't want to piss off your driver and then you don't have a driver because you couldn't keep up with them. So I
Yeah.
usually, after 6 months, will start giving them another driver and then see how they do. Now, like me and Jen, we can handle 6, 7, 8 people per person, but we also
Right.
have a staff helping us to verify and check on accounting. So I would
Right.
never do
Wow.
as an individual sitting but by myself, and would be 4 to 5 people at the max. That was it.
Right. I totally agree with you. Everything you said, I agree with. I've done that where I was up to, I think when I was making the best money, I was up to 6 or 7.
Yeah.
7 was, I didn't want to keep. I didn't want to stay at 7.
Yeah. It's
But
too much.
and when you drop below 5, yeah, you feel like you need. Yeah, if you get to like 3 or 4, you feel like you need more. But you're also right. In the beginning, yeah, 1 is plenty. I don't know what it is, right? I think that
Yeah.
you lose a lot of time where you're second guessing yourself. You
Well,
know.
and if you have, okay, same concept. If you had 7 drivers and part of them were off, that's still the week that they're all on. You're going to be like pulling your hair out, and you cannot keep up. It's really hard. I mean, it's hard for us, and we do it. And you just here's my thing. This is what I've had happen over the years because I've been doing this so long. You want 4 to 5 drivers that are regular drivers that run every single week that you can count on, and then you don't need extra ones, because that will give you enough income to be able to do that. If you hire people on, then you add on, you know what I mean? But
Yes. No,
I
I agree
had
with
always
you.
had people that,
Five
I mean, I
full-time
was at one
drivers,
time, I
that's the
had
goal.
20 drivers, right? And for all of us, I had 20 drivers, but probably 10 of those were part timers. So I got rid of all the part timers because honestly, if you focus your time on, load here and load there, instead of focusing your time on one driver who's bringing you in the income, that's where your slip up is, because you can't concentrate and focus to get them the best paying loads when you're getting a little dribble here for this driver and a little, one load there. So that's why I do not recommend doing more than five. I mean, really, honestly, that's kind of pushing it, especially if you're new. If you're new, honestly, two would be enough for the beginning. And that's even with me training you. Okay. So, and I'm still helping people as I'm training them to be an outside dispatcher, and they're still only doing two. And I'm looking at the loads for them as well, going, okay, get this, do this, that kind of thing. You need a cert. Because I mean, there's a lot of things involved in getting loads sometimes. It's not just calling to get a load. A lot of times it's, you gotta get a cert, you gotta fill out a packet, you gotta send the MC number, you gotta, and there's might be 5 steps to one load, and then you gotta verify it after that. And then you find out it's not any good. And then and, you start all over again. So yeah, I mean, I know we have transporters on there too. So, but there's a lot of dispatchers that are kind of in training that watch what we do, and that's what
Yeah.
this is kind of about,
Yeah.
to help them and kind of make them understand what you have to do, what the process is to keep yourself in business and keep your, money flowing for your driver and for yourself. Because if you don't have money flowing for your driver at a certain, they expect a certain amount, they're going to say, we're moving on, let's find another dispatcher. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep someone as long as you can. I mean, some of my drivers have been with me for years and years, and that's what you want, because you create a relationship with them, and then they hand your name off to somebody else, and it kind of goes that way. I mean, that's mainly a lot of my drivers are met somebody on the road and here, call them, they, that kind of thing. I mean, John's expanding, he's going to have 2 trucks on the road and possibly 3 here in the next few months. So
Cool.
that kind of tells you,
Well, and that's
how
what
it works.
that's what should be happening, because
Yeah,
if you're doing well, you're going to expand.
right.
And also what with a lot of what you said, if as a driver hiring a dispatcher, it's good to think about what they're thinking about, what are they talking about, what are they hearing. So, in fact,
Yeah.
Chance in the live chat, Chance says that he does all of his own dispatching, and he's empty right now in Georgia. So, what's interesting is, and by the way, hey Jay Wilson, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Um, I would say that you know what? I don't know if we're ready for this, but what if we could find Chance? I mean, he's empty right now. What if we could find Chance a load right now? Do you think that we can? Do you think we can do that? And he does want to go west. He wants to go back to California. Do you think it's possible that we can find those a couple loads that Chance could start building around and build a route?
Let's see.
Are we up for it?
Well,
Who
if,
says
yeah, I mean,
yeah?
we can
Who
give it
says go
a
for it? Right? Let's fire up
shot.
Dispatchula. Okay? Ring the
Well,
bell.
I
Let's
would
get this guy
probably
going.
recommend, if we're gonna go, we're doing Louisiana and we're doing Texas. You know as well as I do, if we go any further than that, the loads are gonna tank on us. All right,
Renee
we already
says do it.
looked.
Yeah, no, keep going. Keep going. I agree with you. Keep going.
Let's see.
Solo
Um,
Dispatching's here. What's up, Solo?
I'm just gonna put in Louisiana, Texas. Let's see what's on here.
Yeah.
I don't think there was much when we
But
were just looking. I know that's why I was having a
that's
hard
the thing is
time.
we're looking at, because if we look for loads from Georgia to California, it's gonna be
It's
you're gonna be in the
gonna be
tank.
horrible.
Yeah, that's going to be bad. And then if we do, so we start working backwards. Arizona, probably be the same
See
as
this.
California.
This Mercedes going to Dallas isn't ready until the 6th, right? What's the 6th tomorrow?
Today's 5. That's okay. Let's say we liked that one. That's a maybe.
Let's say we say that one. That's
Yeah,
50 cents a
yeah. Let's
mile.
check. Yeah, exactly. Let's check the ones that are a maybe, because it's already. I mean, it's already 1:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
So
So
if
he's
he
probably
can.
not going anywhere. Yeah.
Well, here's that. Here,
So
the idea would be let's book a couple so we can start picking up and finish tomorrow and hit the road.
Chance, do you have a winch?
And it's
I
Friday.
mean,
Tomorrow's
I would call
Friday.
on these. I would ask for more money if you need a winch. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you have a
But that would give
winch?
you free vehicles right there. Here's an Equinox for auction direct
Do
for
you have?
400 as well.
I almost asked if he had a wench. You know, like in
Ah,
ye old British times.
yeah. Well, that's the funniest
Do
crap ever.
ye
They put
have
that
a
on there all the
wench?
time. You'll see that listed on
Do
Central. It'll say, "Do
I
you have
know
a
it's
winch?"
fun.
And it cracks me up every time.
Do ye have a wench?
Oh,
Hey,
that's a
this is
motorhome.
2020. You can't talk like that. What do
Here's
you got?
another
COVID?
one that's not ready until tomorrow. Here's another one that's not ready till Saturday. We're gonna skip that one.
Mm.
Here's another
Yeah,
one
Chance
to
has a wench.
Frisco. I would go to Dallas. I think that's where you're gonna go to. Um, these are actually good, but this is at the, and I know it's up in Chattanooga,
Cars arrived.
but
Ooh.
just so you know, this is the VW factory. So they
Mm.
close at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock,
How
something
many
like
do
that.
they
It's really
have?
early hours.
Or is there a
Looks like they have two
5-pack?
Tiguan's. No, they just got
No.
two Tiguan's on
Okay.
here. So I am going to check these
Mm.
ones right here. So you know you got
Okay.
Smyrna for $400 right there. That's a Mercedes Benz, and that's going to be a car. It looks like. You got these two inops. Like I said, I would ask for more money. And look, this guy's brand new, so I don't know why he's posting these that cheap unless he's using the compare button, is what I'm assuming. So you may have some negotiation right there for those two. Um, there's auction direct. There's a Chevy Equinox. Burleson's a little it's a suburb of Dallas, but I think it's over there a little bit.
Oh, closer to Fort
Mercury's is
Worth.
on here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury's on here out of Loganville, but you text them, their loads are not always good. Don't hold your breath on that one. Here's a Dodge Charger for 400 for Riverdale going to Frisco. So there's one, technically, there's enough on here to load you.
Dallas.
It's just a matter of, and tried to negotiate with them, but I hate to say it, these go for 400 and 350 all the time. So I don't know if you have a lot of negotiation rooms for this, but you can give it a shot. But there's a load for you there. I would go to Dallas and then Dallas over from there.
All right. We got a recommendation. Dallas. That's cool, man. That's really good. I mean, it's, it's decent. It's November. Yeah. That's not what you just showed me was not bad. Mm-hmm. That was reasonable.
No, I mean, they're riding the line of 49 cents, 50 cents a mile, except for these.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think you might be able to get this guy to come up. Just because he's brand new is what I'm thinking.
Did you see that? Oh, yeah. Look at the broker. Yeah.
Or he doesn't know what he's doing and listed them as in-ops, and they may not even be in-ops.
No, the broker.
He has no ratings.
Let's look
and see how long he's
Pro tip, know the broker. You're profiling again.
He's a dealer, so... And he's been in business since how long? Huh. It's not given the date, so he's got to be like brand spanking new. So then definitely try to negotiate with him. I think actually it's better that he's brand new.
Walk in the parking lot. Yep.
So either this is Mannheim or this is Fairburn, I believe. I think that's where it's at. But awesome. Give her a shot.
Yeah. I like it. Looks pretty good. Let's see here. Anybody else have a route scout? So that's it. We got Chance. Chance is off the list. Chance is probably looking at those loads right now. And keep us posted, Chance. Let us know. Are you going to book it to Dallas?
Let us know what you get.
And then what are you going to do after Dallas? And I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. We will search Dallas to California if nobody else gets in line with a route scout search. All right?
Yeah.
We'll just
That's a
continue
good idea.
it. Because you know what? We're here. It's Dispatching Live, and we're only 30 minutes in. We got one more hour to go. And look at this. I said it. You tell a dispatcher that there's a truck going somewhere, and they can't help themselves. They just start searching. They can't. It's the dispatch way. And she's got it in her blood, ladies and gentlemen. Sue is already typing in Dallas. It's in the blood. You can't, what do they say? You can't untrain a parrot? Nobody says that. So what route scouts do you have? What route scouts do you have? That's almost like, is it feel better? What did I say? Speaking of, hey, I wanted to mention this too while she's searching that. Dispatching Live. Me and Ty were laughing on Cars on the Move about this show, and I said a couple things that I think are just they hit right home. And Dispatching Live is, number one, a validation of your sanity, because dispatching is hard. It is hard.
Yeah.
It'll make you crazy. Because as soon as you try to put... Chance is doing it right now. Chance is trying to put a load together. As soon as he finds a car he likes, it'll either be gone, it's not ready, it's wrapped around a tree, whatever. And that led me to the second phrase, which is, this is behind the scenes of the slaughterhouse. You know how they say you don't want to see sausage being made? Well, that's dispatching. Dispatching Live, you get to watch the sausage being made. It ain't pretty. But somebody's got to try to put it together, and that's what Dispatching Live's all about. That's why I wear a referee shirt, and I got all these crazy props. I got a gavel. I got the buzzer. I got the bell. I got the Yahtzee dice. In fact, what's going on in Dallas? Are you still what are you doing? Are you still searching for loads?
Up here. There's only 24 loads going from Dallas to California, period, and they're really crappy.
Uh-oh.
You see what I got going on here? Okay, so we got 2 pickups going to LA, and it's at a 1,500.
Oh my gosh,
an
that load blows.
For 29 cents a mile.
That load, really. Red card. That's
then
awful.
You've got 26 cents per mile. We might need to look in Arizona instead.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude. What's
28 cents a mile, 41 cents a mile, 58. That's going to Sacramento. That's not even the right area.
No.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
I mean, you're driving for free. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That's nuts, man.
Bakersfield's going to take off route. So is that Glen Rose.
Yeah. We can give that to him.
What about that? Okay, Dallas to Bakersfield, F-150. I mean,
but see where it's at? It's way down south of Dallas. Glen Rose, Texas.
Oh, Glen Rose.
And that's still 47 cents a mile. And Bakersfield way off the wall.
You can, Bakersfield. Now, where in California is he going? Do you know?
I'm assuming he usually has this look out of LA, so I'm assuming LA area. So
Bakersfield is not, just for the record, Bakersfield's not crazy far from LA. I think it's like an hour. If it paid better, it's something you could make it work.
Let's just do this.
Not that you want to, but because you could probably find something.
That's how far you got to go up to Bakersfield to go back down to LA.
Well, I see what you're saying from that distance. But you would take
112 miles.
Interesting. Go through Albuquerque? Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would look, this is what we should put up is New Mexico and Arizona instead.
Yeah, right. Always go to the map. I can't believe we didn't pull up the map. Pro tip. Look at the map again.
No.
And I will, okay, so solo while we're doing that, because we're checking Dallas to California. But next we're going to do solo. We're going to look, okay, New Jersey to PA.
Don't give them the delivery order without putting on that.
New Jersey, PA, 700 miles. Interesting. Okay. New Jersey, PA to 700 miles. By the way, you can hear it. This is real, man. We're really... Sue's in a dispatch office, and that's where they make the sausage, by the way, and that's what I'm talking about. So you just heard, I think you just heard some sausage making, didn't you? That was real. That sausage is real. So yeah, and sometimes what's happening, right? Sometimes you're on the phone, right? And this is a poker game. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna take this thing, or maybe
all of the
you can hear it, man. Maybe you're putting on the detective hat, okay? Right? What is this, a magic show? Dispatching can feel like a magic show. Gone the wrong way, right?
Yay.
You put on your Sherlock Holmes and you get your pipe out, and then suddenly, okay, so you get out of detective mode, and then you go back to the poker table. Okay, we're back here. Okay, so we're back here, and then suddenly it all falls apart, and go fish. That's dispatching.
So
that's your sausage making process. Yes?
There's a 2-pack on here at $1,500 and $2,500 for $1,200 going into Phoenix out of Dallas.
Huh. What would happen?
It's 56 cents a mile. It's still better than,
Okay,
and
so
here's one.
Chance 5 car, what's he going to do? What's he going to put with those 2 pickups, do you think?
Well, he has the GN and 5,500, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what he said,
I think
yeah.
it can carry bigger stuff than what, like, my normal 5-car Mini Kaufman can't handle that crap. But honestly,
everything is Phoenix.
I would take. This one is paying more. This F250, but
a
2-pack is a 2-pack.
Well, here's what you do, and then this is the poker game right here. You're looking at the one by itself, and you go ahead and ask for more money.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Why not? Because what happens if they say no?
If he could take. Crap! It looks like everything's big on here, man.
Well.
This one is this Pontiac
to
Trans
Texas.
Am would work. Yeah, but it needs an in-op.
He's
Look,
got a winch.
look at this. It says
private to private.
It says it does start and it might run just on and off the truck. So they don't know at all. So it probably needs a winch.
Now, why would a vehicle only run? Now, obviously, but why would it getting it on and off the truck? Why would it run better than just on flat earth?
Well, I've had people tell me that too, that it will run enough to get on the trailer, but they don't want you driving it anywhere.
Okay.
Here's the
It does
thing.
start and it might run just, but only drive it on and off the truck. Don't do donuts.
Yeah, that's the way I'm going to look at it. Something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
That hat is like an English mullet. I know, the hat's terrible, actually. I don't like the hat. But it's part of the set. What are you gonna do? I'm, dispatching. I need some. Hey, I needed some sausages hanging in the background.
Okay.
You said you were looking for a
good
gong.
God,
Yeah, find me some
stuff
sausages. Be
big
insane. I need. Oh, and you know what? I said that because we need a butcher's apron with blood on it. That would be fantastic. That would. That's the new outfit.
Yes, sir.
Might be better off to take some of these to New Mexico.
Sausages hanging in the background. What is this show? Oh my gosh, this show's crazy.
There's an Albuquerque Bronco for 64 cents. Santa Fe is not that far out of whack. I don't know where Buena Vista, New Mexico is.
Let's see it. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know. There's Hobbs. Hobbs is.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Okay.
Let's see. And those aren't so huge. And then actually what I would do is okay. So you'd have to hit this Buena Vista first, then Santa Fe.
Oh, I don't really like the location though. What was it? How many cents per mile was it?
It was like 64 or something like that.
What kind of car is it?
All right, this is my suggestion. Okay, so you'll get.
So they'd have to hit all these before they went into Albuquerque, but
dude, you're gonna add so much time.
That is a Honda Pilot.
I would call the guy with the Chevy 25.
I'd do it for $1 a mile. You're gonna be driving all over
You
the
ain't gonna
place.
get $1 a mile though.
Oh, I know. That's why I don't care.
All right. Okay. If you need anything else,
But we're trying to get Chance out.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, You know what?
Dallas
That'd be
is
one of those.
based
What you know? What happens? You call, you ask for that kind of money. They slam down
yeah,
the phone, and then they raise it. They raise it, but they don't tell you. Yeah,
afterwards.
because
Yeah,
yeah.
that's hilarious. They do that stuff all the
Oh, it
time.
happens all the
I mean, I
time.
don't
I mean,
know.
it happens all the time. I don't want to hear any sideways about it.
No,
Pride is
it
such a
does.
factor in this deal. It's crazy.
So, I mean, there's stuff on here going to New Mexico. You could do a combo with New Mexico and Arizona, truthfully. But it's a lot of big stuff. If you notice, it's a lot of F-250s and
Oh my
2500s
gosh,
and
Truck City.
1500s. I mean, everything that's on here is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right now. Keep in mind, this is going to change constantly. So you can't just take this at face value. You're
Well,
going to
that's
be
right.
constantly refreshing and looking
Hey,
for more low.
that's right. Pro tip: this is what's sitting on the load board.
Right.
You gotta
So,
stay focused and
yeah.
keep. What do you do? Keep refreshing, or do you
Start.
get auto refresh plus? But either way, because there's going to be good fresh fish that are not trucks, but they're not here because they got booked, right? The trucks sit longer because they're trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Good afternoon. I'm calling about a
And see, and what I would do, because he's got to go that way anyways, then you've got to start picking some of these cars up to work with, one way or the
Well,
other.
and there's
And then,
how does he proactively search while he's driving? This is my question for Chance, right? Is that why he's now
well,
empty in Georgia without anything booked? There's your catch-22.
yeah.
How do you search? But that's why isn't that why
You pay for
Cox
that.
you pay for
Does he pay for that
notifications?
thing?
You pay for
Yeah, that's what
notifications.
I'm
Exactly.
Yeah, that way it'll
Yeah.
ding whenever time anything new comes up for him.
Yep.
It's the van space.
Okay. Hold on.
So, I mean, yeah, that's gonna be kind of rough getting. I mean, this route going this way is always rough. When
Yep.
we were looking during COVID, don't you remember the prices were still crappy?
Oh
You
yeah.
had a
No,
few glimmers
you're
of
you're
goodness in there, but mainly
you're
crappy.
swimming against the tide.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of drivers that do this route too.
I know.
It's like people that do New Jersey going to California. There's a lot of drivers that do that.
I know.
And I know they get sometimes paid only $1,000 a car to go cross country, which is crazy.
I know.
All right. So
So
what
I
else
like
should we
that.
look here?
I like that. Okay, so good. What we're gonna do is what we're gonna say is for when he's coming at Chance, when you're coming out of Dallas, we're saying Phoenix.
Either Phoenix or New Mexico. Yeah, or a combination thereof. You
Yeah,
could do
or a
that.
combination thereof. Okay, so next we have solo dispatching. Jay, could you please check loads? Okay, from New Jersey, PA, going up to 700 miles. Let's go to the map.
Well,
Let's look at our map.
yeah.
Yeah. What does that look like?
700 miles. Yeah.
What is 700 miles
700
from
miles
New
would
Jersey,
be like
PA?
Kentucky. Let's just use Newark. Yeah. Because I think Louisville would be 700 miles. I think St. Louis would be 700 miles. Chicago maybe 700 miles. Let's see. Okay, so Louisville 700 miles. So would Indianapolis. Chicago's going to be over that. So your radius is probably going to be Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, maybe North Carolina. Let's see.
Let's see, we'll get out.
Charlotte 634 miles. So let's put in Kentucky, Ohio,
Get the
North
ruler
Carolina.
out, right? Put the ruler
South
up on the
Carolina.
map, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you could go as far as Georgia.
I like that. I
It's
mean, I
gonna be
like
a-
that idea. Yeah, so
There's
yeah,
usually loads from New Jersey down to Atlanta on a regular basis. And Philly.
Carolinas. Yep. So southeast, right? No Florida. Though.
Yep.
So you don't want to do southeast
No.
because you get Florida. So Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama,
And Detroit's about 600 miles.
Tennessee.
Alabama's going to be too. Well, yeah, Alabama I think might be too far
maybe.
for you.
You stop there.
Let's do Georgia, and I'm going to do Detroit too, because there's usually those going to Detroit
I like
and
that.
Grand
Detroit,
Rapids,
Indiana. Would you
possibly
put Ohio?
Chicago.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm going to put Ohio in there because they pay well.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, you're doing a shorter miles, but you're going to get paid more money.
Is
So let's
Wisconsin
try.
out?
Yeah, Wisconsin's out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's not do Newark because it's not going to pick up Philly. I need to do something lower. Usually
What's their
Bordentown should bring it up.
Bordentown? 100
Should
miles.
bring up,
Uh-huh.
should
Yeah,
bring
good
up
one.
kind of the Philly area too.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do Indiana, Kentucky. We're gonna put in Illinois, Georgia.
Pro tip: setting search filters is key. That's what this was all about. What states?
Yep.
Where are we gonna start? What city? 100 miles. Because, you know, this is where they say, you might hear it and you're like, garbage in, garbage out. What does it mean? Well, on your search filter settings, if you put in garbage, you will find garbage. Garbage in, garbage out.
All right. So let's
5-car hauler.
put that
5-car hauler. Thank you, Solo. This is a 5-car. And I think this is Ali.
5-car.
I want to say Ali.
Well, we're gonna start with this, and then we're gonna change it to with a minimum of 2 listings at a time. So I'm gonna duplicate it.
I think I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque. That's awesome, man. Oh,
Let's
shoot.
do Bordentown. We're gonna have 2 pages up here.
I-
Sometimes we have 4 pages up for one driver,
Yeah.
just so everybody knows. Because you have to, have different radiuses around different areas.
That's right.
Like, for example, we had a driver in Wytheville, Virginia. I don't know if anybody knows where that's at, but it's BFE. And we picked up some stuff in Pulaski. And we knew along his route that he was going to go through Charleston, West Virginia. So that's obviously nowhere near a 100-mile radius. So we had to bring up that page too to put in there. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you're going to have way more than just one going.
That's why I talk about searches like flashlights, right? Like you're standing in a dark room with 3 flashlights, and they're overlapping in certain ways. Great description.
Yes. Illinois, Indiana.
What are you doing there, Jay? You got marionettes? What is that?
This is a business.
Let's see, what else do we
What is
got
that?
in here?
Oh, I'm going to load up my dice here. Okay, what else can I get? What other props should I get at the ready?
This is Tam.
I got my flag in case we got trouble. Because we run into
All right, so we're going to look
bad
at
actor.
the 2-pack page first.
Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on, lucky 6s.
Bill just came in. All right, so it looks like we got a 2-pack in Fairfield.
Okay, I got it. I figured you knew more than what I did.
And those are kind of cheap, by the way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
No, it's not.
Hold on.
It's 2.5 hours away.
Fairfield. Is that an auction? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got sausage making. Okay.
Let's see here.
You said you
We
got
got singing. We have singing.
No,
Somebody's got a ditty.
and it's running. There's 2.5
By the way,
hours
we're
away.
on our 3rd search here, and if you want to be next,
5.5 hours away. It's
put
2.5 hours
in
away.
your search. Hey, do me a favor. Check this out. Copy and paste the link. Send it to a friend. Leave a like. Do me a favor. Thank you so much. Also, you know that you can go to autotransportintel.com. You can sign up for the ATI Insider, talk to Ty, get the email, sit in on one of our roundtables. It's mostly carriers that join, but
We'll
dispatchers,
just keep going up
brokers,
north while it's supposed to go,
welcome.
and we'll let
Everybody's
them know.
welcome. This is Auto Transport Intel. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. Everybody's welcome to grow business and consider other ways of doing that, building your staff, taking on drivers, dealers. Do you have trouble talking to dealers?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
You had enough sausage making and you want to talk to some dealers? Cars on the Move every Friday. Ty and I talk about connecting dealers, auctions, and carriers, and that's what formed the monthly Cars on the Move roundtable. Is where so every Friday we talk about it, and then monthly, once a month, folks
Three to
get
four.
together to talk about their successes, their war stories. Yeah, this dealer threw me out of his dealership, and then I kept trying. This one dealer gave me 10 cars. He said, "Yo, here you go. Here's 10 sets of keys. Make it happen." So that stuff actually does happen.
Right?
Or you can search for sausage on the load board. Need a plate of kielbasa. I need some kielbasa is what I need. Okay. What do we got?
Tell me.
Ooh,
There's a
Mannheim to
3-pack going to
Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
that's not bad.
That is pretty good.
I mean, because this pack to Indianapolis is only 48 cents a mile. I don't really care for that one. Got a 2-pack. That's in Maryland going down to Concord. Let's see. These are all
Solo.
too
What do
big.
you think of that Mannheim to Knoxville load? Is there anything to
That's
go
not too
with it?
bad. Well, let's see. I can do. Well, let me finish this whole thing before we decide.
Get ahead of myself.
Here's a 5-pack in Mawa going to Indianapolis, but it's not saying what it is. Oh wait, here we go.
Acacia.
Jaguar.
Oh,
And they-
man.
57. That's a car. That's a car. That's a car. So it's 3 cars, SUV.
I think an F-Type
And an
is a
SUV.
car.
Oh, no.
Is it?
That's a car. That's a yeah.
So you got
I'd
4
call
cars
them.
SUV?
Yeah.
Now,
That's
Pacia, I think, has a setup packet.
you do. It's probably 15 pages long, but
Right.
and you have to ask them. They'll do it. They usually try to do a 30-day pay, so you got to talk them into doing it differently than that.
Yeah, they get right. Right.
So I mean, really, that's not bad. I mean, it gets you. That's one pick, one drop.
That is
If it was
pretty
my
interesting.
5-car, I would do it.
Mm-hmm. And
Just because
even if you
it's
can't
quick,
book it,
easy.
call it,
Mhm.
talk to them, get the packet, and then
You realize they're down from where I live.
Solo's like in the Mannheim to Knoxville. Okay, so let's keep going down the list. Let's see what else we like.
Let's see.
They would love that for their benefit.
Oh, accelerators, you're not gonna be able to haul for them.
Uh-oh.
So
This is too cheap. ACA, that's too cheap.
Yeah, I don't like that. Runs has keys operable.
What's this?
Well, they got a lot
Oh,
of
that's
loads.
why it's paying much. Yeah, they've been listing a lot lately, but
That's
they're really
Aaron and
cheap.
Jesse.
Yes, hi.
Let's see.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mm. And there's a 3-pack going to St. Louis out of Mannheim as well.
Hmm.
I have a picking up a
Fine
know what
line
kind of trailer-
transportation.
They have.
Huh.
Yeah.
Fine line.
Can you? Yep. Can you? Yep. Give me the buyer number and the
Says
seller
2
number,
drops,
and I can
though.
send my truck over there.
Right there.
Car,
Says-
truck, SUV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What kind of? It depends on what kind of trailer you've got.
What's the buyer
Mhm.
number, sir?
If it's a mini Kaufman, it's going to be kind of tight. There's a couple going down to Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is kind of tough to get out of.
Yeah.
There,
You're cutting in and out.
I don't know what this load is. You'd have to get on the Metro board to see what those are right there.
Oh, yeah, go
Out
right
of
ahead.
Mannheim
What's the
going
buyer
down to
number?
Charlotte.
Paper.
Could be
And
okay. Interesting.
There's
There's
another
something else.
Mannheim going to Red Springs, North Carolina, but I do not know where Red Springs is.
Do
Let's
you
look at that.
think from New Jersey, PA to Northern Florida? Do you think Northern Florida's too much for a 5-car hauler? This is the questions from
You go
Solo.
down there?
Northern Florida. And let's say you were going to do Northern Florida. Would you go Panhandle? Would you go Jacksonville? What do you think would happen?
That all will all pop up
Usually
on
the
the cart.
furthest I go in Florida is Orlando.
Okay.
just because
I agree with you.
it's the easiest place usually to get out of. There's like several auctions in Orlando.
Let's do this. Let's open
Maybe Tampa.
Let's open another search. Let's do Bordentown. Right? Pro tip: always don't close your window, duplicate it or something like that. Anyways, let's do Bordentown to like Georgia, Florida.
Well, there wasn't much going to Georgia, but I'm gonna still do 2 packs just to see what we got. Okay.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Because if in New Jersey and PA, if you drive around too much, you're just gonna kill whatever
my
you're trying to
gosh.
make. Just so
And
you guys
it's
know.
so true.
It's not just the tolls; it's the traffic. It's all of it.
Yeah.
So.
Time.
All right. So there's a 2-pack going down to Orlando. This is cheap, just so you know. Anything you take to Florida should be paying premium because 2 things. It's snowbird season right now. So everything should be high. And secondly, coming out of Florida is so tough. You need a good load.
What do you think
Paying you to go down there.
What do you think cents a mile should that be? 65?
More like 70,
70.
80, something like that.
Right.
With it being snowbird season right now, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly.
Okay.
These ones
Cool.
that are on here. Like here's a 2-pack right here going to, this is going down to Royal Palm, which is like West Palm area. But no, it's a transit van and an Explorer. So that transit van's
Miami.
quite big.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And this is all Miami. Here's another 2-pack going down to Orlando at only 41 cents a mile.
Oh.
No thank you.
Yuck.
Okay.
Yeah, that's horrible.
What is going on here? What is this?
Well, it's because they're 2-packs. We should, if I put in going to Florida by themselves, I have a feeling it's different.
So let's do individual units and let's raise that cents per mile to like 65.
All right.
Because I'm going to start hanging
let's
sausages
get rid of the
around here.
crap
This is
load.
crazy, man. What do you guys
Let's
think?
go to Florida,
Right?
and let's put a minimum of 65 cents a mile, and let's see what comes up for us. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. Sorry, we want that, and we'll leave that alone. Okay. Let's see what we got. It's by, it's down below Atlantic City. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right, see.
Is it north of Patterson?
Geez, even the enclosed, they're not even doing at $1 a mile.
Renee needs more chicken nuggets to go with the sausage. I agree,
Yeah.
Renee. Thank you very
We
much.
need a lot more chicken nuggets. These are pretty crapola.
Man, telling you.
Hang on, let me get your coat.
All right.
Oh.
These enclosed trailers for not even $1 a mile.
Forget it. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God.
That is nuts.
That's insane. Well, this one makes sense. This is a Lamborghini for $1,400, but they want it picked up today.
That Cobalt's in the Bronx, dude.
Yeah. 65 cents a mile. Not ready till Saturday.
It's never gonna get
There's
picked
another
up.
New York. We don't want any New Yorks. Let's just
Nobody's
skip
gonna
that
pick
crap.
that up.
All right.
You'd have to wake up in the car to maybe book that one.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. This is nuts. This is why dispatching is so painful. I mean, this is your money route. It's snowbird season.
You were 160. Going from where?
Okay, that sounds
Oh
good.
my gosh. Making sausage again in the office.
Right.
Let's go to the live chat. Jay, I'm considering changing to freight loads. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't blame you, Fritz. We go through this. Oh, the winter's brutal. This is the first. So dispatching live is relatively new. I think we've been doing this now for actually several months. But this will be our first winter with dispatching live. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be. This show's gonna be horrible for weeks, as if it was that great. But it is gonna be horrible, and we're gonna. So every Thursday, we want you to come in and bring your. You're gonna need your clean. I'm gonna need a Kleenex for all the tears that are gonna be shed, because it's unbelievable. And I think I need a cafeteria tray as I try to shuffle along on the buffet of leftovers.
Look at this crap. You see this
The
motorhome?
motorhome?
For $1.82 is 13,000 pounds, and they want a low boy. Apparently, they missed the memo. I think they get about $3 a mile, if I'm not mistaken.
Amazing. Sweet old lady.
There's some
Come on,
stuff going to
man. Can you do
Pensacola
me a
on
favor?
here,
Come on, buddy. Help me out.
but not 5.
Whatever.
I gotcha. So they redirected how you went. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of big stuff, like these big vans and stuff on here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Just in case. Okay. We'll do the Andre. Bye-bye.
He might make it.
What happened is he had
Ford
no tolls.
to Tampa.
I made it seem way longer
That's
than
actually.
what?
Look at that. Trenton
Is he gonna make it?
to
He thinks
Plant
he might
City.
make it to that.
Did you see that one?
Asking you to keep going in case. Okay, I've got enough.
Oh, I got
Trenton. This one,
Another-
the
another-
2-pack,
Yeah, did you
2
see?
pickups.
It's still not enough because it's. You know what's weird? Is it? So now I'm starting to second guess myself. This is what I'm talking about. It's still Snowbird season, right?
Yeah, it is.
So what's going on?
They should be paying way more.
Where?
I don't know.
What is going on? And it's COVID. It's
I mean, like,
Snowbird
this makes
and
sense.
COVID, right? We're
True.
still in
it's a double
COVID
whammy.
season, right?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, and regular flu season.
Right, okay. Oh, so
Okay.
we have Snowbird, regular flu, and COVID,
And COVID.
and we still are at.
Crappy rates.
Wow. What is
Because
going
I
on?
mean, this isn't bad. Vineland to Ocala for 73 cents a mile,
Okay.
but truly, Vineland is way south, so that's probably why it's showing
So,
it's paying that good.
I think, and plus we already know this. If it's looking this way, getting to Florida,
yeah, you don't want to see
are
what's
you
coming
ready to talk about the backhaul?
Yeah.
Crapola.
Look at this.
Yeah, don't
Hey,
go
you
to
see
Florida.
this? They've got this
solo.
Lamborghini Hurricane listed 4 or 5 times on here. Ugh, that kind of
Oh
stuff
my
just
gosh!
irritates
You know what
me.
that is? It's the customer. This is one
Yeah,
of those where
he's called everybody.
there's a guy pacing
Yeah.
in his living room, right? With
I
like
need to move my
right,
Lamborghini.
and he's just screaming into the phone. Why?
Well, the
isn't
funny part is, why would you want to take it now? Because there's a hurricane coming in there anyways. Wait a week. Yeah. 'Cause he's got it for 1,400. Everybody else is 1,000.
Somebody's screaming back. Check the Weather Channel. I know
Yeah.
I
You
know
don't
about the
want to move
weather.
that yet.
I don't care. Where's my transporter?
Let's see. All right. So there's another one going to Orlando. But the prices are
And protesters.
Yeah.
Colorado snowbirds. And
I
protesters.
don't get a lot of Colorado snowbirds.
Colorado snowbirds.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's loads going out of there to Florida, but don't
People
get a
in
lot.
Colorado right now are like, I'm not going anywhere, dude.
yeah.
I'm good, bro.
Let's see.
That is
I'd like to be
clearly
up there
the
during
show's
that
too
time.
long.
right
It's a
now.
one. Oh, we got 30 minutes left. So if anybody has a route search, if you're looking for advice, I do get a lot of dispatch questions, actually all the time. People watching the dispatch training playlist, random dispatching questions. So, and if we can help you
There's
search a
stuff-
route, are you empty right now? What are you looking? Where are you looking to go?
There's stuff going down here to Florida, don't get me wrong, but they're not paying the right way. I mean, honestly.
No,
Especially let's flip this around and I'll show you what's coming out of there.
Oh,
'cause
don't
it's
hit the.
horrible.
Are you gonna hit the compare button?
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I'm just gonna put in Orlando, okay? Because I don't like to go up to other places. So let's just put in Orlando. And we're gonna put into all, and we're gonna put a minimum of let's put 60 cents a mile. And we're going to get rid of all the crappy loads. So let's put in at least $300 a car. How's that?
Right
Let's do that. Because I do have a driver driver in Orlando right now. I know she's already gotten him 2. She's looking for a 3rd right now. And he's going to Louisiana with them. All right. So that's pretty sad. That tells you right there. I just put in a minimum of, what did I say, 55 cents a mile out of Orlando, and there's only 37 loads. So that's not good right there.
And half of them are going to Miami.
Yeah. Let's see. And I put a minimum of $300 just to kick some of this out. Now, hey, Rat has a Ford Transit Cargo from Tampa to Atlanta that's paying actually pretty good.
Those are super fun.
Wow. That is playing good.
I'm impressed.
Huh.
Yeah. And then you've got, there's Acertus has one in Orlando going into Raleigh.
Here's my
There's
guess.
2,500.
Somebody told them what they really should be paying, and they just raised it, but they didn't call back the person that told them it. Okay. Just
Yeah, and then you find out, oh, we don't want to pay that
speculation
much.
live.
Like, here. Wow, I'm impressed. It's at 65 cents a mile.
Speaking
going
of,
to Phoenix, to be
hey,
honest with you.
oh, I got some rat. I want to share this while you're.
Okay.
Yeah,
While I'm looking?
going to
Okay.
take over the screen here. This is we were talking about this on Tuesday night. This was a comment somebody put on my top 5 car hauling load boards video, because I put Ready Logistics as the number 2 in the top 5 car hauling load boards video. That's from a couple years ago. And True NYC, oh, you can't see it here. True NYC says, it is almost impossible to register. This is 11 months ago. Didn't they, hey, Sue, when did they reopen the sign-ups on Ready Logistics?
We started doing this, 2 months ago? At least 2 months ago? Right in the middle of COVID, I believe. 2 to 3 months ago is when they opened back up where we could register again.
So 11 months ago, he said it's almost impossible to register. So that timeline is probably right?
Oh, yeah, they weren't taking anybody on. Yeah.
Okay, but then 1 hour ago, which is just a few days ago, this guy says they did that to me too. Have they closed it back up?
Not as far as I know. In fact, we one of the new guys we filled out paperwork for the other day, and she got the email back saying that they were in the process of working on it, and she called them a couple days later and just said that they're all backed up with new drivers, and it's going to take a little bit longer, but they were waiting for the insurance cert, because you have to give them additional insured now. And they were waiting for the cert, and then they would be contacting her, later to get signed up. And it was taking us a week, I think, about all it took to get everybody signed up. There was a couple that they were actually signed up, but the drivers were not paying attention to their emails with their usernames and passwords. And so it took them more like a month, because they kept telling us that they never got it. And then when we called and kept saying, yes, you are getting them, I don't know if they were putting them in their, I don't know if they found them in their spam or if they were just ignoring the emails, but they were signed up.
I'm putting in the live chat. I'd love to know, what brokers are you having trouble getting signed up with? And go ahead, Sue, you can share your screen again.
I'm curious about
but
that.
I am,
too.
I mean, right, because that's always a really interesting topic. Why some brokers are so hard to get signed up with. And I think we've heard from Reddy in the past that because they didn't need carriers on those routes.
Right. Yep. That's exactly why. I think that what they told us is they were completely full up and they didn't need anybody. And which to me, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand that either. Are we dense? How does that? I don't get, especially because we know that with the number of companies that either go out of business, change their name, go off the road, etc. I don't care if you've got 10,000 carriers in your database. There's a percentage of those that are not on the road right now.
Yeah.
And to manage that is, I don't even know how you even do that. I've actually asked that question too. If you have 10,000 carriers in your database, how do you manage that? Do you?
Good question. You know, they used to call me all the time and ask me who was still in business and who was not, and I'd have to go through the whole list with them.
Right.
Because they figured out who I was and, that I was a dispatch company. But other than that, unless they don't get a cert, And I still think if they don't get a cert, they may shut you off, but they don't kick you out. As long as you didn't change your MC number, you can get signed back up with them.
I would wager that they have I'll bet it's 2-digit percentage. So not a single digit percentage, but I'll bet they're in the tens. Between 10 to 15% of the carriers in their database don't even run anymore. That's a guess.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it's not a criticism, but it's a reflection of this industry changes constantly. And so and I don't know how you manage it. I have no idea how you do that. And if you haven't, once it gets out of control, once you get 1,000 carriers that you don't even know their status, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What do you even do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well,
But
and
I
see,
ask
they
these
should
questions
get
too.
notices,
And I asked this. I bring this up because of the handshake deals email. You know, that email that's an important
Weird.
email. That's going to go down as something that, yeah, that's one of those where that send button got hit, and I'm not sure if it should have. I don't know if sending that email, the jury's still out. The jury is still out on that email. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. And I do want to mention this too before I forget, is that we've got a how's that Oregon shipper? I got an email from a shipper in Oregon last night, and they want to go to Canada. What do you think is happening there? Haven't heard back.
No, I haven't heard back yet. And he said something about he could sign up, so I'm assuming he's a dealership or something. Is that the way you took it?
Yeah, I didn't get any
broker.
I didn't get any information as to who they are, why they're shipping, or anything else.
It just said that he could sign up for Central if he needed to list a car, but I wouldn't pay that $100 and some just to list.
You're
one
right,
car.
and you're right. I was thinking that too. I was actually thinking, what shipper says I could sign up with Central Dispatch?
Yeah, the only ones that could do it is either you're a broker,
right? Somebody who's already.
a broker, a dealer, importer, exporter. I mean, a transporter, they're letting them do it, but they're not supposed to.
But I kind of wondered if it was a shipper that found my dispatching video. That's what I was, like a private individual that found my dispatching training. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. And maybe they think they can list it, but they can't. That's a possibility.
And I say this too. I think there are shippers out there. I think there's one born every week. Not sure if it's every day. That doesn't want to do it. They look at Google and they're like, no, that is a train wreck. I am not putting my email address in there and going to spend the next 5 years trying to tell people I already shipped my car. Right? I think there are people that just like there are car buyers that know, no, I'm not going to go to the dealership and have a guy, right, take half my day to tell me that I need TrueCode. No. The consumer has changed. And so I think there are shippers that want to do it smarter instead of just falling for the same old tricks. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there are.
I just got an email about pre-owned auto logistics. Do you know who they are? They're a broker.
Yeah, I do.
I just sent you an email. And it says, this is what it's about. It says, is your auto transporter breaking the law? In our 20 years of business, we've never seen more carriers acting as brokers. This is a major violation and puts well-intentioned dealerships in an awful position.
Wow. Why did they send you this?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, they sent it to me because I've hauled cars for them, so I got it repeatedly sent to me from all the transporters.
Oh!
I just sent it to you.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
Can I share this? Can I screen share this? Let's see here. Yeah. Here's what. I'm just gonna screen capture. I want you guys to see. What I need to do is I need to take the time to come on,
to do it a little bit differently.
Yeah. Well, I need to.
Yeah.
I always have to.
Yeah, I
You
know
know,
what you're saying.
I can't just throw emails on the
Throw it
screen and
on there.
yeah, I gotta be. But I'm gonna share a sample here. Let's see here, so that people can see what we're seeing.
And
Mic check,
I
check,
just sent
check.
them an email back, by the way,
Well,
and I
I tell you,
asked them.
I know how I know that company. I've talked to them, and I
Oh
want to
yeah,
talk to them. Yeah, but I want to talk to them again now. Do me a favor,
yeah.
Sue. Send them an email. So here's part of the
Okay.
email: Is your auto transporter breaking the law? And you know what's
Yeah,
really interesting? This gets into the James Lamb illegal dispatcher.
yeah.
There's
Kind of.
well, meaning that there, it's
Not
well
bad.
known that there's a segment of the industry that is not on the up and up. And we also
Right.
know that this gets talked about because lawyers keep suing trucking companies once the trucking company is not on the, and this is actually where Cassandra Gaines comes in. I watched a thing last week. She was on LinkedIn Live talking about this. You have trucking companies, carriers. You have individual carriers that are not on the up and up. There's already something wrong. Then they get in a wreck, and the
Hmm.
plaintiff's attorney
Hmm.
destroys the industry again over this one
Hmm.
carrier. And it
Right.
keeps happening, and it's to the point where this is why carriers want to know, why is my insurance so insane? Why do
Uh
I
huh.
need to get additionally insured, right? Why, why,
Yep.
why? Why are there all these barriers to just hauling the load? Well, it's because the bad actors get crushed by these plaintiffs' attorneys, and you can't turn back the clock. So, here's your advertisement, right? Is your auto
Yeah.
transporter breaking the law? And I don't know if the industry will ever fully get cleaned up. But yeah, so these guys, so what I want you to do is I want you to, when you email them, let them know I've contacted them, I've talked to them, and I want to
Hmm.
talk to them again. I wasn't able to finish my conversation with, I don't know if it was the owner. I tried to, but anyways, I was trying to talk to them. So let them know, if you would,
Okay.
please.
Yeah.
We
We
like the
want to talk
email,
to
we
them. Yeah.
appreciate, and we talk about this, that you and I are
All the time.
connected, and I want to continue that conversation. I would really like to talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on
Um,
another note, I
yeah.
have a story I
And
forgot
do me,
about
you can screen
that
share
happened last
again if
week.
you would, please.
Okay.
Okay.
So last week we called to get a load, I believe for John, out of Ohio going to New Jersey because he was picking up a fire truck in New Jersey. We called to take the load and it fell through, but in the process he proceeded to tell my dispatcher that, how do I say this? Because I don't know if I should say which broker it is, but we're going to say it's a really big broker with their own load board. And they took an 8 pack of cars from them and then sold it to somebody on Central Dispatch, which is a big no no as
Wow.
well. And it's a big, big company.
Wow.
I can't really, I don't want, because, this is all hearsay, so I don't want to say who it was, but it was really kind of shady.
So,
And I was
okay, so
like,
to
really?
recap, a big company, what did they do?
Big broker.
A big
Big
broker.
broker, big broker with their own load board. That
Right.
there's very few people that have their own load board, so that way it'll
Right.
help weed you out a little bit.
Big broker with their own load board.
They
Okay.
called and took an 8 pack from this dealership
Okay.
for whatever it was. I think they had it listed for like 70 cents a mile. Then they went and sold it on their load board for about 40 cents a mile.
Now, sold it. They posted it,
Yep.
right? And where where
Yep.
where did they
Wasn't.
get the 8 pack? From Central?
Yep. Yep.
They're a licensed
That's what
broker.
he said. Yep.
Now,
But
I want to
they're
say
also
this
a
is that,
carrier.
I want to say this is that, remember how there were dependable auto ship loads
Uh-huh.
ending up on other load boards?
Uh-huh.
That must have been a legal. I believe. I'm going to go back. I believe what I recall was dependable auto ship loads were being posted on Cars Arrive load board. Now, both of those
Really?
companies, I believe, my recollection, allegedly, Your Honor, is that
Uh-huh.
I believe that because remember when Dependable Auto Ship was having trouble paying companies allegedly, and
Well, they
it
went
was
out of business, so I assume that
exactly.
happened.
Well,
but-
they went out of business before the final gasp. They were posting
Mhm.
allegedly posting loads on other load boards or moving vehicles through other brokers. And I believe I booked a load on Cars Arrive, and it was a Dependable Auto Ship load, and I thought, my knee-jerk reaction was, what is going on here? But then I thought, these companies are so big, they must know that you can do this. So that big broker
Well,
must know something we don't know.
it's possible because you can do that with Ready Board, right?
Kelly, thank you.
You can list dealerships can list their own cars on the Ready Board, and they pay a percentage. That's why sometimes rat cars are paying COD instead of you Ready paying you.
Right.
Those are their loads.
Because the dealer
So
made
it
a deal
may
with
have
the
been the
load
same
board.
thing. Yeah, and it may have been the same thing with Cars Arrive too. I
Right.
don't know.
Well,
but yeah,
and it
you're
could
right.
be
They would have.
I mean, a big broker was it 7-pack or an 8-pack?
It was like an 8-pack, I think, is what he told
So the
us.
big broker gets an 8-pack off of Central and then reposts it on their own load board. Here's what I want to know: how much did they hack off to keep for themselves?
Well, quite a chunk. He didn't tell us how much. He just said that the load was paying 60, 70 cents a mile. And then he found out they sold it for like 40 cents a mile, something like that, which is about right for what the broker we're talking
about. So they
about.
kept 30 cents a mile just for, and this is where you get into the Wolf of Wall Street high-fiving and champagne dinners.
Yeah.
I mean, they're keeping 30 cents a mile just for making some phone calls.
Yeah, and then the what really
and
ticked
more,
the guy
but
off
still,
is that
just be real
that they
it.
didn't deliver the load for forever because they were, selling it to somebody.
Okay.
So that was the other thing they had a problem with is how long, and I don't think it was going that far, if I'm not mistaken. So
interesting.
But yeah, that's
and it also because here are some of the business questions. Why would you do that? How did you get notified? Here's a question.
They got to be watching the board, right?
Exactly. Does the big broker have somebody watching the boards for loads they could poach and just do themselves? Yeah. Are they trying to get the business, or are they trying to get the client? Was it a past client? That's the thing too. Me and Ty were talking about. We got 10 more minutes here, so if you have anything to add, please do put it in the live chat. But Ty and I were talking about this. What's interesting is behind the scenes, when a big client goes to a different broker or asset-light carrier, why did they do that? We were talking about, there was a big company we were talking about, a known company, that has their own load board, and they lost a big account. That account went elsewhere. Why?
Right.
What happened? Was it, was there a problem with the truck? And this gets back into, the carrier requirements and why does a big client move to another asset-light carrier? Do you know this phrase, asset-light carrier? I've never used it. I never used it until I heard it like a couple weeks ago. Asset-light carrier. What's an asset-light carrier, Sue? Right?
I'm not really. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not really sure.
I know what the first part means.
What's an asset-light carrier?
The ASS makes sense.
Okay. So, an asset-light carrier. Well, here's what's interesting. Asset-light means not a lot of assets. What would be here we go. What would be an asset-heavy carrier? What's an asset? What are we even talking about? I love that terminology. Is so
trailers.
funny.
That's the way I'm going to take an asset is your truck, trailers, buildings, that kind of crap.
Thank you. An asset is equipment. So an asset-heavy carrier, or rather, I think what gets said is asset-medium carrier, is a carrier that actually has equipment and assets and trucks. So what's an asset-light carrier? That's a carrier that doesn't have any trucks. Well, wait a minute. How are you a carrier with no truck? What's a carrier with no truck, Sue?
That is somebody who's hiring people with their own assets underneath their name and taking a percentage, or vice versa. That's what that is.
Also
But
known as
claiming they have all their own trucks.
also known as a broker.
I don't know. Give it to me. Oh,
Broker.
well,
So
yeah.
this thing,
No,
I'm
that's
not.
not necessarily true, though, Jay.
Well, thank
Because
you.
I was a transporter, and you can have other trucks and transporters underneath your name, but they're hauling underneath your name.
And I thank you for that. And that's the thing is, I'm
Called
trying to
leasing on. That's what it's called.
well, and that exactly, which is a business model. And I'm not. Here's the thing: there's such a war on brokers and dispatchers.
Right.
It seems like there's a war on
Right.
everybody except carriers, except when you go to book loads off load boards, right?
Yeah.
So there's really a war on everybody. But yes, an asset-light carrier. The reason I'm having this conversation and this analysis is that asset-light carrier is the preferred term of larger companies that do brokering and carriers and leasing on and etc. They don't like being called brokers. They're asset-light carriers. That was exhausting. Okay. What else? We got a few minutes left. We're not gonna do the Florida backhaul, please.
I already
Please.
did it, but there ain't much on there, buddy.
Don't make me do it. Not the Florida backhaul. Let's see here. We talked about, okay, we went through all my topics. I don't have any more topics. Is there anything going on with, how about this one? You know what? If you're still with us, you're going to hear a secret. You guys want to hear a secret?
Yes. Go for it.
I'm going to tell you something. You've never heard this. Have you ever heard of plateau?
Well, I know what it is. Is there a company called that? Is that what you mean, or what?
I want you to open a window and type in join plateau. Right? And if you can spell plateau, you're a winner. Okay, yeah, joinplateau.com.
Okay, so
There
I got
it is.
it.
First
All
one,
right.
join plateau. You ever heard of this?
No. What is it?
Right. I just found out about this. And what's really cool is in December, that's next month, in a month, like 5-6 weeks, we're going to learn about this on Auto Transport Intel. You've never heard of this, have you?
I'm reading it right now.
Exactly. So, newsflash, everybody. Craig says, "Are you dense?"
Interesting.
Yes, I am as dense as helium. Yeah. Auto Transport Intel is the car shipping business channel, and I can prove it now because there are folks lining up to bring the good news about what's going on in their company on their side of the world, and to bring it to the Auto Transport Intel audience on Tuesday Nights Live. And that's what Tuesday Nights Live is all about. Tuesday Nights Live is for experts, interviews, advertisers, and new good news. Company news, service products. Wednesday DOT compliance is to learn about how to do it better, not be the flip of the week. Thursdays, Dispatching Live is all about searching for loads and getting load board search advice. And Fridays is connecting dealers, auctions, and carriers on cars on the move and growing your business. But joinplateau.com is now when you click on that tab again for me. We're going to go here in a couple minutes. What do you think this is? Yeah, what do you think it is? Based on what you read, what do you think this is?
Well, what I'm assuming it is that we won't have to use multiple apps. It's going to clean it all up, is the way I'm kind of reading it. Like it's one, but I don't know how they would do that.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to learn about is how does that work?
Yeah.
Does it say who created it? Is that on here?
Let's look. Usually it's kind of down. No. Oh wait, about us. Let's read. Not really.
Can you shoot me pictures of the
Plateau,
bins,
wow.
No, it doesn't really seem.
Wow, it doesn't even say who created it. How cool. Well, I think I know who created it. Anyways, that's the teaser. That's the cliffhanger
Yeah.
on Dispatching Live. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. It's going to be...
If that
it's
were to
gonna-
work, that would be awesome.
Right, if it were to work. That's exactly right. Well, I think here's what's really interesting. There's people already either signed up or using it, but it's not just a concept. It's actually happened. It's already in use, I think, by I don't know how many people. So this thing already
And
exists.
they're out of Florida. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so basically is this way you understand is like, so like when we have to use VTAS app and use RAD app and Cars Arrive app, we wouldn't have to do that? Is that what, like it's all combined into one?
Right. I think one of the goals, because it aims to accomplish several problems. You know that what driver, car hauler, owner operator wants to use 12 different apps.
Exactly. I mean, I
No.
get it.
No. And so this will help a driver, owner, car hauler use less apps because this software somehow translates, interprets
To all these other apps.
Yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
It's like Babbel,
Well,
right?
that
Now
was
you don't have to learn
interesting.
12 languages.
Yeah. But see, that's, well, I mean,
Right.
I just
Hey,
wonder
that's a tall order. Does it work?
yeah,
Right?
it really is
That's a
because
tall
they have
order.
to get everybody to agree to it. That means they have to call JMN, they have to call RPM, they have to call Cars Arrive, and getting all those people to agree to use one centralized app or something
Yes.
or something to that effect
Yes.
is-
That is the
is
big
tough.
It is because and the problem is there's several people that want to be this
The
mothership.
top.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you've really this is it's
Well,
like
and it's the
it's
same
like-
concept with
it-
each of the big brokers. They think their app is better than everybody else's, and they only want you
Oh.
to use their app. So
yeah. And so
talking them into it.
well, and this Plateau says, "Oh yeah, go ahead, make your app, use your app, do whatever you want." But ultimately, if people don't want to use your app, connect to us so that they can still use theirs and it'll show up in yours. Something like that. But
that
it
would be
is
sweet if they
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be sweet.
Yeah.
So the question
kind
is
of a tall order.
is there anybody else? Is there anybody at Plateau's level vying for this market share? And by the way, here's one for you. Do you think Plateau is involved with Cox Automotive?
Dropping it in the parking lot? Are you-
Well, they're out of Florida, so who knows? I mean,
Right.
it
Anything's
says they're out
possible.
of. Yeah.
Let me ask it this way.
I mean, they'd have the capabilities to do it.
What if Plateau is not part of Cox Automotive? What do you think will happen?
I don't know if they'll get that to go through then, because
Right.
Rad is pretty.
Okay, well, what's the best
They
time
want
to
you to use their app. You know what I mean?
But what
And if you don't use their app after a couple times, you get chewed out. And,
well,
you know.
but Super Dispatch, Rat lets you use Super Dispatch, right?
No,
They don't? I thought
they want you
did.
to use their app. I mean, yes, you can do it, but if you take a couple loads for Rat and don't use their app, they're calling you up going, your driver's not using the app. He has to use the app. If you do it again, we're going to shut you off. That's what they told me.
Wow. Well, it'd be all right. Well, then it'll be really interesting to see what happens. If Plateau
Yeah.
is not connected to Cox, and I don't think it is, what will Rat do with Plateau?
Ignore them.
To Plateau or not to Plateau?
I mean,
That's-
and it would have to be something that they would get value out of other than just the app part. So, you know what I mean? They probably want some kind of kickback.
Now, this is Speculation Live, and we really appreciate you
True.
joining us for Speculation Live. But you heard it here first on Auto Transport Intel. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. This is the end of another broadcast day on Dispatching Live. Sue, thank you so much for taking the time.
No problem. No problem.
I know that some sausage got made today.
Yeah. Yeah. All day, every day.
All day, every day. All right. Folks, thank you so much. Sue, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let everybody else go. Guys, please stay profitable. Stay safe. Keep us posted. Let us know how we can help you. And please join us tomorrow, Friday at noon, live on Cars on the Move, where we connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. It's the last show this week, and then we're going to go into, hopefully, a reasonable weather weekend. So, y'all take care, and I'll see you soon.
All right. See ya.